Design work is progressing on the Arc of Dreams project. The completed sculpture will span the Big Sioux River between 6th and 8th Streets in downtown Sioux Falls.
While it recognizes those who came to Sioux Falls to make their dream come true, it is also meant to inspire future generations to live big and dream big right here. Tonight, the story of one couple who never thought Sioux Falls would be part of their life story.
Our identity in
On a weekly basis, nearly 2,000 people converge at Central Church in Sioux Falls to hear Pastor Jeff Wheeler.
See, the real of life steals our hope. The real of life encourages us to quit. The real tells us we'll never get there.
For the last 7 years, Wheeler has served here as lead pastor. He's become well known in the Sioux Falls community, but Wheeler never thought he'd be here.
We didn't know anything about South Dakota except Mount Rushmore, where we had vacationed a number of times with our family.
From living in Illinois, we had a context for winters and weather.
Jeff and his wife Shirlene had moved a couple of times to California and Illinois for Jeff's career.
For many of those years, I was an associate pastor. That means I was not the lead pastor. I didn't preach all the time. I had other responsibilities in the church.
Wheeler's goal was to be a lead pastor, to preach regularly, to help people understand their faith and their place in the world. He tells me it didn't come from a place of ego, but from a calling he felt inside.
I imagine it's like anyone in any profession when they realize that what they are doing is what they were called to do. When their gifts, their passion, their vision all come together.
But it wasn't happening. 7 years ago, he and Shirlene were living in their native Southern California, with Jeff looking for opportunities to lead a congregation. But those opportunities were seemingly not there. Wheeler was ready to throw in the towel.
And I thought that's never going to happen in my life.
One afternoon, Wheeler was sitting in a church, thumbing through his Bible, and came upon a verse that turned everything around.
And God said to Joshua, "This day, I'm going to begin to put you into a position of significant leadership." And God just breathed into my spirit, "It's not over."
A few months later, Wheeler's phone rang. It was Central Church, wanting him to be lead pastor.
I'm not sure why I'm emotional this morning.
A few weeks ago, on Palm Sunday, Wheeler shared this story with his congregation and couldn't contain his sense of gratitude for this opportunity in a city that had never been on his radar, but a city that has made all the difference.
There's no way to explain the joy, the fulfillment, the sense of God created me for this, and He put me in this place for such a time as this to have this kind of impact.
You feel a sense of purpose because, you know, God's called you here for a season to make an impact on other people.
And this church, for me, has been above and beyond, far more than anything I could have asked, imagined, or thought.
Pastor Wheeler tells me he believes the growth Sioux Falls is seeing right now is a very good thing, but the challenge is making sure that growth leads to a more positive community. To find out more about the Arc of Dreams project and how you can take part, look for this story on our website at ksfy.com.
Well, we are sure glad they're here, aren't we?
Yeah, and they're glad they're here too.
Yeah.